Okay. Yesterday, we spoke briefly about situation in Hong Kong, the protests and demonstrations that are still going on there. And here, just a simple situation would be the headlines in the Bangkok Post. She's on the phone, she's... Okay? Okay? No, it's no problem. We'll just wait till 11 o'clock when then the class is over. Well, like on Monday, this headline appeared in the Bangkok Post. Hong Kong protesters block key What is a key route? Block key routes.
Main reason, main problem.
Yeah, in other words, what does this headline mean? The protesters in Hong Kong, they did something. They block key routes. Block key routes.
Key city route. What key city routes?
Key city routes. What is a key city route? Well, what this means is that the people in Hong Kong protest. They went out into the streets, and they went to the major streets, not some small little soy. They went out to the big freeway and blocked it. Stopped the trucks, stopped the cars. They blocked the road to the airport. Nobody can get to the airport. And a key route, what is a key? A key, right. A key, well, one meaning of key is the piece of metal you place in the lock, turn it, and the door opens. You have the key. But also, a key, in this case, route, is a major, important street. Not just a little side street, no. They went out to the big streets and blocked them. Block.
People block, police block.
The police?
Police?
No, but they came out to try to remove the protesters from blocking the street. The police came out and said, "Get to open the routes," because they blocked the major streets and stopped a lot of traffic. And you couldn't go to the airport. You could not go to the airport. So there was a big problem. That was Monday. Tuesday. The headline, Hong Kong students skip classes to join rally. What does it mean to skip class? Skip class.
Don't go to the class. No class.
In other words, it's not that there's no class. There is a class, but you or the students skip it. Skip away. Didn't go. To skip something, in this sense, means to avoid it, to not go. So what it means is Hong Kong students slipped classes. They didn't go. The teacher was there. No students. Where is it? Oh, they skipped class. Yeah, or you can skip a meeting by not going. Why did I skip the meeting? I just didn't want to go. I skipped it. I skipped the meeting. Classes to join the rally. What is a rally? A rally. It is a coming together of many, many people to support a certain situation. In this case, they joined the rally to protest against the Hong Kong government and the Chinese government and what they're trying to do to the people of Hong Kong. Hong Kong students skip classes to join rally. Secondary school students form a human chain. Secondary school. Primary school, secondary school, university. So the secondary school students form a human chain. What is a human chain? A human chain. A human chain. Well, you know what a chain is. A chain, and a human chain, and it goes on and on. They had a human chain. When I was in Hong Kong last week, they had a human chain that ran for several kilometers. 1,000 people standing hand in hand, blocking streets. So you can see that from the headlines, protests block key routes, skip classes to join rally, Monday, Tuesday. I don't know what the next day will be, but that's the way the situation is in Hong Kong. So you skip. You can skip rope. Skip rope, rope. To skip rope, or you can skip class. Avoid it, not go. To skip something is to avoid it, to get away. Key city routes. Major important city streets were blocked. Stop. Can't go. So if you have an opportunity to look at English newspapers, and just maybe if you just look up the words in a dictionary to understand that skip classes means not to go, and to block key city routes means to stop traffic on major streets, big major highways, stuff like that. Can help you a little bit with understanding. For example, you don't hear skip classes too often, but there it is right in the headline of the Bangkok Post. Any questions about this?
Teacher, what are the real cause of protest?
The real?
Yes, real cause of protest.
The real protest.
Yes.
The cause of the cause of the protest. The cause of the protest. Well, the protest began maybe 3 months ago. Maybe 3-4 months ago. The chief executive officer, the CEO of Hong Kong, the chief executive officer, number one, like the president, or she's not called the president, but chief executive officer. She introduced a bill, a law, to make a law that if China wanted you because they thought you committed a crime in China, if you were in Hong Kong, you could be arrested and sent to China, extradited. So you could be arrested in one country, let's say, and a second country, another country said, oh, that person committed a crime in my country. We want him sent here. And if there is an agreement between the two countries that if a criminal is caught in this country, he can be extradited, sent back to the other country. And the people in Hong Kong were upset that they could be sent to China for whatever China said was the reason. So they came out and said, no, we don't want an extradition law. We don't want to be sent to China. And that began the protest.
Yes.
But now it's gotten bigger and bigger and bigger. But the initial cause was the extradition. But then they got so bad that the chief executive officer, Miss Lam, suspended the extradition. They canceled it. No such law. But that didn't stop the protest. Now they want more freedom, they want the police investigated, there's more and more and more. So it hasn't stopped, even though the extradition law that was being proposed was canceled, taken away. But that was the initial cause, but now there are many causes, all different kinds of things that are keeping the thing going. And when I was there, it's funny. When I was there, first when I was in America, I thought, oh my gosh, I'm flying to Hong Kong. And the airport is blocked, the planes can't get off, they canceled the flights, yikes. But when I landed, no problem. Whoa, just walked through like always, no problem. And then for the 3 days I was there, nothing. I did see a few demonstrators dressed in black, but they were just walking around, they weren't doing anything. And then when I went to the airport to leave, just like always, no problem. But then the next day, boom, everything back. So it's hard to say. Just luck and timing. Lucky timing. But that was the initial cause, the extradition bill that was being proposed. And they dropped it because of demonstrations, but then the demonstrations continue. So we'll see what happens over the next few days or weeks. They don't know if it's ever going to end. But China, the China news in mainland China said this is coming to an end. And over in Shenzhen, just across the border from Hong Kong, they have the troops ready.
This case is all around the world.
What's that?
This case is, Hong Kong case is all around the world. It says American and England, you behind this problem.
Well, that's what they're saying.
The
but
truth.
No.
FBI and CIA that behind this problem. No.
That's the Chinese say, oh, the Americans and the British they're causing. No, I don't think so.
I think so.
Do you think so?
Yeah, I think so. It's true. Many problem is around the world is
Like they're push. Yeah, there's a lot of rumors, but I don't think so. Maybe you're right. You could be right. I don't know, but I don't think so myself.
Okay.
But that began it, and the CEO went to Miss Lam went to a meeting, and she said what she thought was a private meeting, but somebody was recording. So she said at the meeting, if I could, and I would resign right now, I don't really want to be in charge of Hong Kong. And that she thought that she was just telling a few people this, that it wouldn't go public. but somebody had a recording and they made it public. So I don't know what's going to happen now, but she said she'd like to resign. So we'll see. Any questions about this? Any more? We'll find out if America is the cause of the protest. They didn't. The FBI didn't ask me to do anything when I was in Hong Kong.
That's my opinion.
That's just your opinion, right? Any other questions about that? Chain, extradition.
Chain women.
Are there any questions about yesterday's lesson, the vocabulary or the sentences?
Teacher?
Yeah.
International place is
International
place.
place, P-L-A-C-E?
P-R-E.
Oh.
R-E-S-S.
Oh, international press.
Place.
Press.
Place.
Press. Press.
Place.
Place, place, place.
Place.
Press, press, press. International press.
Like the intermediate. Place, yes.
International press.
International.
International press. The press word refers to what they call now the media.
Media.
Media. Press comes from a printing press. It goes back to when there were just newspapers. There was no television. There was no radio. The only thing you had for news was the newspaper. The press would print the newspaper. So, in a way, to decide what should we call they made up the term press from the printing press that printed the newspaper, the press. And even though today there is television, there's this, there's the internet, there's radio, there's all this, it's still called the press. And sometimes the media. But, for example, what is a press conference? Press conference. A press conference would be, say, a mayor of a city, or the governor of a state, or the president of a country, wanted to make some statements to the public. He would call a press conference. That means that he would be there speaking to television, radio, newspapers, representatives from his country, from other countries, boom, 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 boom. Well, Mr. President, Mr. President, what got? Asking questions for one thing or another. And he would make a statement about whatever he wanted to say. Like, I want to talk about the treaty between the United States and China, a trade treaty. We've got to do something about it. It's the most important thing. We have to have a fair, equal treaty. And then he would make his statement, and then the press would answer, well, what are you going to do about this? And what are you going to do about that? All kinds of, and it would be a international press conference, where they all talk. Ask questions. That would be an international press conference. And you'll see those on TV from time to time. Any questions about that? International press conference.
Thank you, teacher.
The president will be holding a press conference at 2 p.m. in the main theater. All the press is invited. There you go. International. That inter, between nations. Conference, talking, confer, talk. Words like international, when you first see them, they can be scary. They're long words. Ooh, how do you say that? But if you break it down into pieces, it becomes a lot easier in the beginning. International. And there are many, many words, and I'll give an example here of words that are quite long and it looks like, oh gosh. But if you just take time, take a deep breath, and count to 10, relax, and look at it again, maybe not so bad. But it can be scary sometimes the first time you see it. I will give you an example like that. So I'll finish up one sentence from yesterday that we didn't do, and then we'll begin a new group of words. If you have any questions or want to make a statement, please just raise your hand and we'll let you do it. Okay, we'll see, take a look at this. It looks a little scary at the beginning, but as you look at it and as I go through it, I think you'll find that it's not as scary as it appears, I hope. The auto manufacturer. Manufacturer.
Manufacture. Manufacture.
Manufacturer. The auto manufacturer. Announce. A product, in other words, something that the manufacturer made, he announced a product recall. We're bringing them back. Come back. Recall. Stating, it could not ignore the safety problem. In other words, it had to deal with a safety, but it couldn't just, go. We don't know anything about that. No, it couldn't ignore the safety problem of the product that it manufactured. Could not ignore it. We had to deal with it. And would alter, remember yesterday, alter, change. Alter the vehicle, braking system. You're driving a car, you're coming up and the sign ahead says stop. Brake. It looks like something is wrong with the braking system. Woo, product, recall, bring it back. It is estimated. It is believed. It is the number in the head that everybody agrees with. It is estimated. They don't know exactly how many, but it is estimated. In other words, about so many. It is estimated that over 1 million cars will be recalled. Because there is a problem with the braking system. And the manufacturer can't ignore the problem. Some manufacturers must say, oh, we don't know about that. That's your problem now. You bought the car, you got it. But the real good manufacturer will say, oh, okay, sorry. Bring the car back, fix the brake. Okay, so I'll read it one more time and then we'll give it a try. The auto manufacturer announced a product, something he made, recall, stating it could not ignore the safety problem and would alter the vehicle's braking system. It is estimated, it's believed, about so many, it is estimated that over 1 million cars will be recalled. Automobile, motor vehicle, car. Everybody calls them cars. You could call it a motor vehicle, you could call it an auto, or an automobile. But most people, when they say, oh, where are you going? Oh, I'm going to buy a new car. Most people would not say, I'm going to buy a new motor vehicle. No. Or I'm going to buy a new automobile. No, not so much. I'm going to buy a new car. Oh, okay. Good luck. Okay, we'll read it now. Go ahead.
The auto manufacturer announced a product recall stating it could not ignore the safety problem and would alter the vehicle braking system. It is estimated that over 1 million cars will be recalled.
Right, 1 million cars will be recalled. Ignore the safety problem, like the safe
Safe, safety,
So safe, right here, safe, and then T.
safety.
Safety. Could not ignore the safety problem. The auto manufacturer.
Manufacture.
Manufacturer.